Good morning and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. I didn't mean to actually go live then. I was just flicking through some stuff, making sure everything was set up correctly. I forgot I can't do that when we're on the holding menu. But yes, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing good this morning. There's a lot to discuss today, isn't there? There is a hell of a lot to discuss. We've got the Semenyo injury, we've got the Gabriel injury, and that is really doing my head with that flashing. There we go. Now you can't see that, sort of. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, I can see plenty of you in the chat already this week. I know a lot of you are going to have a lot of questions for me today, so we'll try and get through as many as we possibly can. Of course, if you do enjoy the content that you see on the channel, be sure to like. I'm moving that out the way because that flash is really doing my head in. Like I said, if you do enjoy any of the content that you see on the channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's see who we've got in the chat already. We've got Zen's in the chat as well, one of our members of the cartel, the Essex Cleaning Company. Hope you're doing well, mate. Who else have we got in here? We've got Jake as well, another one of the FPL cartel members. Obviously, if you haven't already, go and check out the FPL cartel. Let me get a link for you guys. We're currently running 30 days free on that one. So if you want to come and join our exclusive Discord, there's plenty of people already in there. I'll be live once. I'll be like kind of chatting in there once obviously we're finished in here. So make sure you're getting yourself over there. But yeah, like I said, I expect a lot of questions today. I expect it to be a busy stream, so we'll try and get around to as many as we possibly can. Of course, if I can't get around to your question in the stream, come over to the FPL cartel, get yourself in there. And yeah, we'll try and answer some questions over there. As always, we're doing team ratings as well. If you want to head over to my Twitter, there is a post right now that literally says, leave your teams here. This is where we'll be rating them, right? That's all you got to do. You just got to leave your team under that post right there. So yeah, we're going to do them at 7:30, 8, 8:30. And then we'll do one at 9. Okay, they're the times we're going to do. We'll try and get as many as done as we possibly can. Make sure you all follow me over on Twitter as well, as sometimes they don't pull through. I can also see we've got Jamie in the chat. Good morning, mate. Hope you're doing well. One of our channel moderators. Brawl Lover 32 says Gravenberch or Reece James. Ooh. I feel like this could be a game where they bench Reece James, so I would be tempted to play Gravenberch. Semenyo, keep or sell? Very good question and very team dependent, to be honest. As you can see on the bottom ticker right now, Iriola's comments from yesterday says that there is going to be a late decision, is what I've wrote there. A late decision. I'm guessing it's cut off. But basically, there's going to be a late decision on whether or not Semenyo will play this game week. I just need to update that. It hasn't pulled through. It's just put late decision. Gabriel out for weeks. Hang on. Let's get that bit down. Gabriel will be out for weeks. Semenyo. I'm just going to put Semenyo a doubt. Sorry about this. These are all the teething bits you usually don't see, but there we go. So yeah, for me, am keeping him just because I think, look, it's a great fixture he's got this week, West Ham. The next two after this as well are also pretty decent fixtures to be, of course, going for a player that will play 90 minutes over this period. And I think this is the big thing, right? I'm looking for guys in my team that I know are going to play 90 minutes across this very busy festive period. I don't want kind of any rotation risk players. And I think Semenyo, if he's fit and available, he's going to be straight into that Bournemouth team, isn't he, really? So that is kind of where my head is at with that one, and that is the reason I decided to keep him. However, I understand people are going to be asking, you know, should I sell him for my team? I think if you've got a bit of bench cover, as you can see, I've got Rodon or Keane to come in. That's fine. I'm going to keep him. I've got a lot of value built into Semenyo. However, if the Semenyo move, I would say, enables you to maybe go and get a Brian Mbeumo, a Bruno Fernandes, a Saka, then I would be very tempted to sell him. Because these guys as well, all great players, all of them I'm expecting very good minutes from over the next few weeks, and all, you know, can go pretty big as well. In terms of my team, then, the transfers that I have made, I've been speaking all week about maybe going for Van Dijk. I went Richards. Yeah, that's not something I was expecting to do until I had a little bit of a chat with my dad yesterday. And yeah, we had a little look through, and we basically came to the conclusion that I wasn't that keen on Liverpool. I think they've got some great fixtures. And look, if you brought in Van Dijk already, I don't mind it. I was thinking the exact same thing myself. The only thing that did worry me was Slot's comments yesterday around the fact that they've only got 5 defenders for the next 22 days, sorry, and they've got a hell of a lot of games during that period. So I was like, right, that to me just screams there's going to be like injuries, there's going to be rotation, well, not rotation, but just like players ran to the absolute ragged edge. So I was thinking as well, the next few weeks before we get to 16, I've got to be a little bit more, I would say, carefree with my transfers, because obviously we get to that point where in 16 we get topped up anyway. So I can't really carry many transfers through the next few weeks. So I was like, sod it. Let's have a little bit of a risk, because if it backfires over the next few weeks, this risk, and Van Dijk absolutely smashes it, well, number one, I've already got 2 transfers for next week anyway, so we can find ways to go and get Van Dijk if Liverpool look super assured and he absolutely smashes it. We've got ways to go and get him. We've also got like a route now where I think my midfield is absolutely ridiculous. Bruno, Bryan, Semenyo, Saka, and Enzo. Enzo's probably going to come out next week. But geez, like seriously, like look at this. It is good. It is very, very good. I'm a big happy man about it. So yeah, I'm happy with the moves I've made. I've taken a little bit of a gamble, and Brian Abuemo is one of my favorite all-time FPL players. If you were here last year for the channel when we had him and Visser, you know what those two cooked up for me. Those two absolutely smashed it out the park. So I'm very happy to have them back. If you are enjoying today's stream, guys, like I said, do remember to hit that like button. It does push the stream out to more people. Obviously, as you can tell, we're live and it's before 7 o'clock. So, you know, that alone deserves some respect. Let's see what's kicking off in the chat then. We've got start Pope or Dubravka. I would actually go Pope. Newcastle's home record is very, very decent. They've only lost 10 home games over the past 3 seasons. And I did my Premier League predictions over on the second channel, and I actually went for a Newcastle 1-0 win in that one. Buendia or Caicedo? I think this could be a very easy game where they rotate Caicedo. They've got a lot of fixtures coming up of Chelsea, so I'd be actually tempted to maybe go Emi Buendia on that one. I have Gabriel, Semenyo, James, Caicedo, all of which may not play this week. Should I take a hit to transfer? I mean, if you've got the free hit, maybe it could be the week where you go with the free hit. That could be an option if you've got it. If not, then yeah, maybe you might be looking at a free hit. He definitely doesn't count Sobo as a defender, so that's 6. Yeah, maybe, but maybe he does. Like, it's one of those, isn't it? I don't do team ratings with IDs, unfortunately. We do team ratings over on Twitter. So if you want to send me a team, head over to my Twitter. We'll do team ratings at 7:30, okay, guys? Bench 1 of Ndai, Gehi, Truffet. Ooh, that's a toughie. I probably would bench Truffet. I never like to bench my penalty takers. Who should I replace Gabriel with? I have 5.5 million to spend. You could look at maybe like a Ruben Diaz, for example. He might not be a bad option from Manchester City. Canate's at 5.4 if you think he's going to play decent minutes, which I think he will. Then you've probably got, you know, yourselves a Lacroix. You could maybe look at a Richards like me, a Senesi, a Keane, and Anderson. Yeah. Why is nobody captaining Mateta? It's so clear. A good question, and thank you very much for the donation. I think the reason that a lot of people aren't captaining Mateta is, number one, we're all fearful of Haaland, right? Haaland is just a big cheese, isn't he? He's a massive cheese and has just been absolutely slamming the goals in for fun this season. So that's reason number one. And people are obviously scared of his effective ownership and, of course, his overall ability as a player, right? So they're scared of him already, right? That's number one. Number two, I think because Eddie Nketiah is back, we might see maybe an early substitution for Mateta. I'm not saying that's going to be the case, but I'm just saying we might see it. Palace have got a hell of a lot of fixtures coming up. They might be, 3-0 up against Wolves, and Ketty is just coming back from an injury. They need to bed him in and get him some minutes, of course, with this busy fixture run coming up. And they might just go, yeah, let's just get him some minutes, get him fit, get him ready, and then obviously Mateta can come off around the 70. That is probably some of the reasons why. It's also not a home fixture. I think if it was a home fixture, a lot more people probably would be tempted. You also look at the betting data from Rob T. It also doesn't suggest a big win. I think it's like 1.51 on the betting data. So yeah, that's probably the reasons why. I think if the betting data was maybe a little bit more kind to Palace, we might have seen more people switch to that Mateta captain. Is Gabriel a sell? How long is he out for? Yeah, I'd probably sell Gabriel is a sell. They're waiting for more scans on Wednesday, but it looks like he could be, from Arteta's comments, out for weeks. And that does correlate to what we've heard as well from reports in The Athletic and, of course, from media in Brazil as well. So I would probably say, yeah, he's going to be out for weeks. And weeks at this point in the season is actually probably more likely 6 game weeks because of just the amount of fixtures we've got coming up. Is Saw or Mbeumo a viable captaincy option this game week? I'd probably say not Saw, but Mbeumo definitely is a viable captaincy option this week. Would you include Semenyo on a wild card? I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't on that one. Start Eze or Caicedo. I'd go with Eze on that one. Should I purchase Mbeumo or Saka? Both great picks. Of course, Mbeumo will be heading off to AFCON. There were some murmurs yesterday from the United camp saying that, they might be going after game week 15, potentially even earlier. So you're probably only going to get Brian for the next few weeks. Of course, you get the AFCON top up at game week 16, so you will have options to replace him. But I will just say, longer term, Saka's probably going to be a very easy hold for those few weeks. Brian Mbeumo, it is going to be a more short, sighted punt. I'd say it depends what the rest of your team looks like. If you've already got a lot of players that are good long-term picks, then maybe take that punt on Brian. If you've already got maybe, a lot of short-term picks that you're going to have to deal with when AFCON goes as well, then, of course, I would probably look at Saka for that one. Jamie says, I'm going Haaland because he's the best option. EO doesn't factor into my decision at all. He's just an inhumane monster. In the form, you're brave fool to go anywhere against it. And Newcastle are bad. Newcastle are bad, but they do have a very, very good home record, is the only thing I would say. But yeah, I think Haaland at the moment is just a bit of a different beast, isn't he? And we were all like, oh, well, he's never scored against Bournemouth. He hasn't got a great record against Liverpool. He's absolutely smashed those few games in the past few weeks. He hasn't got a great record against Newcastle. It would not surprise me to see him absolutely destroy that myth this week as well. Would you sell Gabriel for a -4? I'm free hitting next week, so wouldn't be able to sell him until game week 14 and could lose a lot of value. Very good point. Probably yes, then I would. Depends how much value you've got built into him. If it's like a couple 0.3s and stuff like that, then yeah. If you've only got like 0.1 built into them, then maybe it's just worth just taking a hit. I don't have any Arsenal defenders, currently only Raya. Is that concerning? As you can see, I've got the same situation, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. No, I personally, for me, wouldn't be too concerned about that. I think you'll be fine. I wouldn't deep it too much. Yeah, I won't deep it too much. Cool. Make sure you are obviously liking today's stream, guys. Let's see if we can get today's stream up to 50 likes nice and early. Get your votes in for the best captaincy poll as well. Looking at the poll, Haaland currently at 60% already. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Love to see it. Like I said, team ratings, the first round will be at 7:30. There is a tweet on my Twitter. Get yourselves over to that one. Oh, today's Salah's 300 game. I've seen that. He is 1,000,000% going to score. Like, it's just locked in, isn't it? It is just locked in that Salah is going to score. It is so locked in that Salah is going to score today. I'm tempted to buying Foden for Semenyo. I would genuinely not touch Phil Foden. I wouldn't touch any other Manchester City player outside of Erling Haaland. I wouldn't go near Jeremy Doku. Literally, we are heading in to the period where there is just so many games and there's going to be so much Pep roulette. It's just going to happen, right? It is genuinely just going to happen. So yeah, I wouldn't touch it. And there was also an interesting stat: 60% of Manchester City's expected goals so far this season have come from Erling Haaland. So there's the definition of a one-man team, and Manchester City are fully for it. So yeah, there you go. Free hit or TC Haaland this week? I will probably be leaning more towards the free hit. I don't think it's an ideal fixture for Haaland in terms of captaincy. I probably triple captaincy. Sorry, I probably would say that next week looks like the better week for that if you've got both of those chips ready. So I think if your team's in a little bit of a mess, go with the free hit this week. Triple captain Haaland next week against Leeds. That seems like more the better play. Who would you bench, Minter or Chalobah? I probably would go Minter. Ekatike or Mateta captain. I have Saar and Haaland. I'd still probably go with Haaland, but I think if you're probably going to pick anyone out of the two there, it would be Mateta. Bench one, Show, Truffett, Richards. I don't know who Show is, so tell me who Show is. I'm all right. I'm actually okay. It's just my morning voice, and I always wake up like this is the thing I always do. I always wake up and I need to blow my nose. It's just something that has always kind of been there. Like it's just the way it goes, unfortunately. But I'm actually good. I'm actually fine. Um, Score prediction for Arsenal versus Spurs. I actually did some Premier League score predictions over on my second channel. If you want to go and check that out, click on my channel button and you literally will see it right there. Like there's the second channel page. Head over there, subscribe. I'm doing weekly Premier League predictions over on that channel right now. So if you want to obviously see my Premier League predictions, head over there. I think I went for an Arsenal win. I think I went 2-0. I can't remember. I think that's what I went with. Yeah, maybe he meant sure. If he puts it in again, we'll answer the question. Start Semenyo or Senesi. I have Petrovic in goal. I mean, as long as you've not got any West Ham players, you could probably do both. But I think if you've already got Petrovic, you've already got that defense covered. So probably take the gamble on Semenyo. Thank you for just subscribing. He says, great content. Bench Semenyo or Caicedo. I would probably bench Caicedo. That's probably where I'd go. Yeah, Sean, bad work, night shift. No worries, mate. No worries. As someone who used to do night shifts, I understand that you sometimes are a little bit of a zombie afterwards. Yeah. I probably who was the other option? Shaw, Truffett, Richards. I probably would bench Shaw, Yeah, Luke Shaw would probably be the one that I would bench. United XG conceded, still pretty poor. I imagine they'll concede at some point as well. So yeah. I'm confused about who to pick between Senesi and Bruno or Virgil and Cunha. Oh, I think for me personally, the better options would be Senesi and Bruno. That's how I would look at it. Um, but Virgil and Cunha definitely they're really high up on the like the models, the reviews, the solios. The models absolutely love Cunha right now. And it's probably because he's going to be playing as a forward. Minutes are probably going to be very good as well. So, yeah, if you're a model man, then Virgil and Cunha are definitely the two that shine through on the models. But Senesi and Bruno, for me, are probably my favourite picks. Sel Semenyo, we've obviously gone through the Semenyo debacle and what to obviously do with him. I am keeping him because I think if he's fit and available, he will play 90 minutes a lot over the next few weeks. There's a lot of fixtures. I've got a lot of value built into him. And he is one of those players, again, that is very big in terms of effective ownership. So I'm going to keep him. But I understand people have definitely different, obviously, lineups and different teams. So it can vary. Do you think Semenyo starts? I think if he's good to go, he'll start 100%. Are we likely to see Chelsea line up before the deadline? We've had a Chelsea early kickoff already this season, and we got absolutely nothing. I remember a lot of us earlier in the season were looking for like Palmer news, if I remember rightly. So I doubt we'll get anything, but you never know. Morning, I'm looking something a different. Semenyo to Xhaka. I mean, Xhaka is just like a cheapy boy that just can play when you need him. He's not bad, but I wouldn't be solely reliant on him playing every single week. So if you've got other cover within that side, or of course it does enable a better move and upgrade your side, then I get it. But if you're going to be reliant on the what's it called, Jacker every week, then maybe not. Can we trust the Liverpool defence? This is a big thing that was kind of running through my mind. They've not been a great defence so far for expected goals conceded. They've got 6 defenders or 5 defenders, whatever way you want to potentially maybe look at it, that according to Arne Slot has to play the next 22 days, right? That's what he said. They've got to play the next 22 games, these 5 defenders, right? I do just think probably Konate's hamstring goes ping at some point. So then they're down to like just Van Dijk holding down the fort. They've been exposed this season. People know the blueprint on how to beat Liverpool as well. So I am in the back of my mind wondering, is it going to be a good defense to invest in? Like they've got some great numbers, they've got some great fixtures coming up, but is a lot of that with the models that we're seeing mainly built on historical data, not actually the Liverpool defense that we're seeing line up right now? That would be my concern. The other thing I noticed is the price for Forest after that press conference came in. They were around like 7.5. They've now come down to about 6.5. So that to me would suggest that the bookies have seen something that they don't like and have started to shift the pricing towards Forest. We've also got to remember Forest actually did the sort of double over Liverpool last season. They did the 1-0 win at Anfield, then they did the 1-1 at the City ground. So they've got all right pedigree. I know it's a completely different side, completely different manager, all that. But sometimes these things do come into play. So yeah, maybe not. Maresca is in lockdown for leaks. To be fair, almost every team has shut down leaks this year. Yeah, literally. I can't remember the last time we got a leak. They've pretty much flushed them all out, haven't they? So yeah, we're getting very minimal leaks. So I would say don't expect any leaks. Would be what I would say to you guys. Don't expect any leaks because I don't think we're gonna get them. Don't think we're gonna get them at all. Of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. We're on that road to 25k subscribers. If, of course, you are enjoying today's stream as well, make sure you are hitting the like button. Obviously, when this stream does conclude today, we will be live in the FPL cartel. And yeah, get yourself in there. We'll be doing team reviews, answering questions, all that good stuff. Let's see if we can get, obviously, like I said, 250 likes nice and quickly. We're up to 32. There's 129 of you in here. We definitely can do that. Come on. I've said for weeks, Forest will be much better defensively going forward. Yep. Agreed. Like they've obviously started to win some games. Big win for them against Leeds as well. Probably give them a little bit of confidence heading into this game against Liverpool as well. Szoboszlai or Gakpo, is neither an option. Szoboszlai on 4 yellows. Definitely going to be playing right back with the Liverpool injury situation. So you're paying 6.6 million to get like UEFA Mark II, basically, where you're just going to get DEFCON out of him. Gakpo, apparently Liverpool have been trying a formation where Isak's on the left, Ekitike's up front. So Gakpo not even in the squad. Yeah. So that doesn't fill me with confidence for either of those players. So I probably would look at neither, to be honest, would be my personal recommendation. I've got Semenyo and no freeze. I have enough to get him up to and Buemo. My bench is Reinders, Rodon, King. On the bench, would you just do anything or would you just roll? I do like the move to Brian and Buemo. I do really like the move to Brian and Buemo. Is it worth a -4? I would probably say no. But if you fancy it, go for it. I'm not going to hold anybody back if they really fancy a move, but I personally probably wouldn't do that move for a -4. A little birdie told me that Mateta is going to score a hat-trick today. Hey, I would not put it past him, sorry. We've been looking at penalty research in the cartel Discord and on the podcast and stuff. And we've been obviously saying, I've been looking at teams that win penalties and teams that concede a lot. Wolves have conceded the most penalties since the 21-22 seasons. They haven't conceded one yet. It is so written in the stars for them to concede a penalty today or over the next few weeks because I've obviously put this research together. They are due to concede a penalty, right? Mateta goal, boom, bash, bish. We're laughing. We're absolutely laughing. Hey mate, did Gab to Verge? I could move Semenyo to Saka or Saw or Mbuemo, but for a hit, worth it if Semenyo is out. Depends if you've got some bench cover, probably not. But yeah, again, I'm not going to hold anybody back from taking moves that might enable their team to be better. And I do feel Brian, over the next few weeks, could be an absolute bulldozer, really. Thoughts on Mbuemo captain? We usually do well against Everton, and Mbuemo is on good form. Very true. I think Tottenham will probably play that 5-back that they did against PSG. That is what I'm expecting Frank to line up with. So I don't know if there's going to be much room for him. So yeah, that's probably where I'd sit on that one. I like the Mbuemo captain though. You are right. United have a great record against Everton. I think they're like eight unbeaten or maybe even more. The last 0-0 was back in 2004. So there's always goals in this fixture. I get it. I do get it. Bench one, Reece James and Di Richards. I also have Munoz. I would probably bench Reece James. I'm not 100% certain that he plays today's game. They've got a lot of games coming up, Chelsea. We've seen Maresca likes to rotate. I feel he could be one of those people that does, of course, get rotated. Munoz is getting a mega haul today. I don't mind it. Semenyo to Saka for free. I think for free, yeah, I'd go for that. And Mbuemo, Bruno captain for me. I think both are great shouts this week. Best keeper on a wild card. I mean, I still think Reyes is exceptionally good. Other than that, you probably are looking at maybe like a cheapie, like a Petrovic. Sanchez is still a fine goalkeeper to have, by the way. So, yeah. Is Cunha a good replacement for Semenyo? Yeah, I don't mind Cunha. Probably going to be playing up front. Probably going to see decent minutes with everybody off to AFCON and obviously the injury to Benjamin Sesko. So yeah, I don't mind that. Arsenal defense are overrated because they conceded 5 goals in the 21. Chelsea defense conceded 4 in 13-14 games. I mean, they're not overrated. They're definitely not overrated. They're pulling absolutely unbelievable numbers out their arse at the moment, so they're not overrated. And the data as well is also suggesting that it's probably going to continue. It probably is. Ginger Coach says, I think Gakpo is a starter. I mean, from some of the reports I've seen on Twitter about Liverpool and the training that they've been running, I don't think I would go absolutely anywhere near that move. Yeah, that move for me would not, I'd not go for it. Not for me anyway. Does anybody know if Golden's playing his free hit? Is he playing his free hit? Someone let me know in the chat. Head over to Golden Stream. Let me know if he's planning on playing the free hit. I have no idea if he is or not. I'm just having a look. I think he is, you know. I think he's got the free hit ready. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. But yeah, someone let me know if he's planning on playing the free hit. Yeah. Reece James for me is quite an easy sell. Minutes, risk, rotation. He is not. Okay, he's still unsure. We'll tell him to man up and make a decision. Start Semenyo or Caicedo. I would probably go with Semenyo. I could very easily see this being a fixture they do rotate Caicedo out of, to be honest. Yeah, that's definitely the way I would go on that one. If Semenyo don't start, who do we think he would sub on? What? I'm guessing you're asking, do you think he'll come on as a sub? Depends how fit he is. If he's not fit to start, then probably not, in my opinion. If you already have Gakpo, would you sell or hold? I would probably... Yeah, I probably wouldn't go. I probably would sell him. I'm going Bruno captain. Love having a Monday night captain. I feel it's the worst thing in the world because you're waiting all weekend. If you're looking at your live rank, you're just seeing yourself get tanked because you've captain's not played. And then if they blank is, yeah, it's painful, isn't it? My bench cover isn't die, but I have both Semenyo and Enzo. If they aren't out, then a hit is viable. Yeah, I probably would say maybe a hit is viable then. Timber or VVD, I like both. However, Timber wasn't pictured in Arsenal's training photos yesterday. Take of that what you will. We know Saka wasn't pictured in them, then featured. So I wouldn't read into that too much. It could just be Arteta playing mind games, as always. My mid is Semenyo, Enzo, Saka, Gakpo, and Sarr. Forward is Mateta, Haaland, Sel, Gabriel, and Gakpo for Van Dijk and Szoboszlai. I'm not a big fan of Szoboszlai. He's going to be playing right back. He just is for the next few weeks. So you're literally getting, you're literally getting a right back for 6.6 million in midfield. I'm not there. He doesn't even get the clean sheet point either. He gets one rather than the 5 that everybody else gets. So yeah, not for me. I'm using the free hit this week. Yeah, not a bad week to use it. Obviously, I would say probably, Salah's definitely got to be in some sort of contention there. Have you got Konza news? He is flagged. I think they said he should be fine to go, I believe. Just check on Fantasy Football Scout. I think they put a tweet out yesterday about Konza, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to be doing team reviews in around 7 minutes. So, of course, if you want your team rating by me, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under the tweet that literally says, this is for team reviews right here, and we'll get them done in 7 minutes. What else have we got in the chat? Thiago or Welbeck? I think with the fixtures coming up, I would rather go for Thiago. There's some great games coming up for them. His minutes are probably more secure than Danny Welbeck's, I would say, over the next few weeks as well. So I would look at Thiago for me personally. Yeah, Szoboszlai is ridiculous. You're basically just playing for a very expensive defender at the moment that can't hit clean sheets and is on 4 yellows. Like 100%, he is coming away with a yellow card in today's game. I'm putting it out there. He will get a yellow card. He'll probably hit DEFCON, but he'll get a yellow card and won't even be available for the next game. I'm calling it right now. How do you think João Pedro will do away at Burnley? Yeah, if I had him, I'd probably keep him. I think selling people ahead of Burnley, unless we get a leak, is never going to be a good option, is it really? Especially an attacker. I think Reece James is different. We've seen he's already been rotated once this season, so would not surprise me to see it again. But yeah, unless we get a leak, I don't think I would sell it. I 100% agree. It is literally like going up against Salah last year, where you kind of just go, we just have to just stick with it, don't we? Thoughts on O'Reilly? I do like Nico Riley, and I think he would be a good option if he played for anybody other than Manchester City. He's going to get rotated. There's just a hell of a lot of fixtures coming up, guys. This is the time of year where you need to be picking people that you are sure, like very sure, are going to be playing games. Like they've got to be playing 90s regular for me to really consider them right now. Bringing Richards in last night didn't feel comfortable because I do think at some point there will be some rotation in that Palace defence. There just will be. I've looked at the European fixtures though, and I think there might be where they go for the rotation. That's how I'm thinking. That is where I'm thinking anyway. Do keep your questions coming in. 5 minutes till we do the team reviews. So I'm just going to have a quick drink. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep Semenyo. I'm keeping Semenyo. Unless we get news this morning that Semenyo is out, I am going to keep him. If he doesn't play, we've got Rodon and Keane and Krupi on the bench that will probably see all right minutes this week. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that. Good point. Good point. But again, you're just playing into Pep's hands, and I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Not for me anyway. Not for me anyway. Have we hit 50 likes on today's stream already? I think we might have done, I think we might have done. Let's have a look. What are we on? 46. Come on, guys. There's 166 of you in here. 4 more likes. Let's smash through it. Let's hit 50. Would be really appreciated nice and early on. Like I said, we're going to do team reviews in 4 minutes. Of course, if you want to get your team reviewed by me and have a little bit more of a detailed discussion on it, make sure you are joining the FPL Cartel. It is currently free for 30 days. It is mine and Golden Goals exclusive Discord and podcast. So make sure you're going and checking that out. Like I said, completely free for 30 days. So sign up. Test it out. If you don't enjoy it, you can leave. It's completely free to test out, so go for it. Brought in Thiago and Timber this week. but still undecided on starting Semenyo. I do have enough covering squad in my squad in case. Yeah, I think I'd just probably leave it then. That's how I would probably go on it. Morning, mate. Just how much of a punt is Mbuemo captaincy, or just stick with Haaland? I reckon, looking at the numbers again, it's going to be a Haaland roughly probably about the same effective ownership as last week, looking at the numbers that I've seen already. So I would say you're probably taking on about between 160 to 180% effective ownership. So it is a big thing for a guy that is in form. However, Newcastle have only lost 10 home games in the past 3 seasons. Last season, they had the third best at home defensive record. The year before that, the third best defensive home record as well. Haaland has only ever scored 1 goal against Newcastle. So there is room, I would say, to take on Haaland this week. If you've got the balls, if you've got the minerals, it's not the easiest fixture. But like I said, you are taking on a big effective ownership. But sometimes these decisions pay off massively. For me, am not doing it because I just don't really see anybody as like the clear, obvious captaincy that will put up a big number. So that's why I've gone with Haaland. But if you've got the minerals, you've got the cojones, and you fancy it this week, why not? Take a look at it. Hey, Tom, what do you think of Ndai, Gabriel out, Saar, and Van Dijk in? I like both of those moves. Bro, who would you start? My 5 defenders, Anderson, Munoz, Calafiori, Senesi, Chalobah. I would probably go Anderson, Munoz, Chalobah. Or either Anderson or Senesi, either one of those. And then, yeah, Munoz and Chalobah would probably be the other ones that I would go for in that regard. There is multiple ones. You've got obviously Fantasy Football Hub. They do like price rises and stuff like that. You've also got what's the other one called? Live FPL is the one that I use to track price rises and stuff like that. It is just the best one. It just is. It's quite accurate as well. Thoughts on Mbuemo for Semenyo? I was going to previous 2 game weeks and didn't lost lots of haul points. I mean, if it's already been a transfer that's in your mind, maybe this injury is an excuse to go for it. So yeah, why not? Should Rodon or Alderente be my first backups? Who's Sunderland got today? Fulham. I'll probably actually go Alderente, you know. How likely do you think Semenyo and Enzo play this week? I'd say fairly likely. I'd go to like 75%. Thoughts on Cunha? Yeah, could be a decent option. Could see decent minutes. Could, of course, you know, be one of those guys that plays up front for Manchester United, gets lots of goal involvement. He could be a very tasty little option, couldn't he? He could indeed. It has just gone half past. I've just noticed on my phone. So we're going to go and do some team ratings. Let's go, baby. Team ratings. Like I said, if you haven't already, get your team sent to me over on Twitter. That is where we do the bulk of our team ratings. Wow, we've had a lot. I think we've had a lot sent in today. Cool. Let's have a look then. Let's go all the way down to the bottom and see what we've had sent in. Thank you very much for sending all these in, guys. Really appreciate it. That is the first one. Cool. If, of course, you want to let me know what chips you've got left, what moves you're planning, how many free transfers, it does help me. Because obviously sometimes I'm left just kind of guessing what you're going to be doing. I think this team is fine to roll through, unless obviously we get some news around Enzo or Semenyo, but I doubt we we're going to do that. So yeah, I probably would leave that. I think that's a fine team for this week. Got Saar and Richards in this week, 20k in the world right now. Very nice, very heavy on Palace. I would say be careful. Their fixtures do turn around game week 15. However, we will get the AFCON transfers, so you'll be able to take them out. Nice looking team, though. I love this. Ash is on in the background as well from Danny. He has got the Bergen, Virgil, Lacroix, Richards, Timber, Truffet. Okay. He's benching Semenyo. I don't know if I would bench Semenyo at his effective ownership. I would probably play Semenyo ahead of probably Tavernier or probably Truffet. Yeah, probably Truffet or Tavernier. I would actually still play him ahead of them. For now, for me, in my personal opinion, I just think if he plays and he scores, it could just be a bit of a disaster. Gabriel and Waltemada out, Timber and Mateta in. Any suggestions? No, I rate those moves. I think they're pretty decent moves, to be honest, mate. Hey, Tom, got this team right now. Thinking of a free hit in 13 and selling Gabriel in 14. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I don't mind it. The only problem with holding on to Gabriel is the fact that you might lose a little bit of value in him over the next few weeks. I imagine he might get a few more drops over the next few weeks. So that would be the only concern I would have. This is my team, man. Did Reinders and Saka to Gokras and Gui. I remember we spoke about that in the Cartel Discord. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. Should I take a hit to do Gabriel? I said I would in the Discord, right? I said I would, so yeah, I probably would. Does this look good for game week 12? Just have 0.1 million in the bank. I'm not a big fan of Nico O'Reilly or Digne, but hey, it looks fine for this week. So yeah, I think you're all good to go. FPL Tom, this is my team. I would play Semenyo ahead of whoever Gomez is, or ahead of Caicedo, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I would. Who is this Gomez? Is this the guy that's just been scoring randomly for what's it called? For Brighton at the moment? Is that the guy? Is that the guy who's just scoring randomly? Saliba for Gabriel makes sense. The rest of the team looks pretty decent, or there's a few weird picks in there. The Chelsea wingers scare the living daylight out of me for the next few weeks or minutes. So I personally probably wouldn't go there, but you've gone there. Gabriel to Timber or VVD based on my overall team. I think you could probably go for either are really good options. Genuinely, either are great options. So I guess it's just down to your personal preference. If you think the Arsenal defence is going to continue to be strong without the absence of Gabriel, go for Timber. If you fancy, obviously, Liverpool with their good fixtures coming up, go for them. Both moves make sense. I would personally probably lean more towards VVD, but I get it if you want to go for Timber. Yep, team looked fine for this week. No dramas, no concerns. Captain Saka last week, still feel lucky, lol. He's going for it again. Graham is going for it again. He's got massive balls as Graham. Bit of bench cover, of course, if Semenyo or Enzo don't play. I don't mind that. Still deciding on who to captain between Mateta and Haaland. I personally would still go for Haaland, but I understand the appeal of going for Mateta. I would just say with Nketiah being back, that maybe could lead to him getting an early substitution. That would be my only concern on that one. Thoughts? Planning on using 2 transfers in. Gabriel to Rodon, Caicedo / Semenyo to Saka. Yeah, those moves make sense. Those moves make sense to me. Got this team right now. Can't decide whether I should captain Haaland or Saka. I would still probably go with Haaland, but obviously it's up to you, isn't it? And Gabriel probably would be out for another Arsenal player, or, of course, Virgil van Dijk, or dropping him down to maybe upgrade a Caicedo or a Sarr spot to potentially a Cunha, for example, if you're not going to go and get Brian this week. Wildcard active for game week 12. Planning to TC Haaland in 13. Nice free hit available with the thought of using it in game week 16. Any suggestions on the wildcard draft? I wouldn't have Van de Ven. I genuinely wouldn't have Van de Ven for me. The Spurs fixtures over the next few aren't good. They're genuinely not good. So yeah, don't like Jeremy Doku either. Manchester City have got a lot of games with Champions League and Carabao Cup and stuff like that. He will be rotated. Cherky's back. Marmoush, before he goes off to AFCON, will play some games as well. I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. 2 free transfers. Not sure what I will do. I still have a free hit. I probably would get rid of Waltemada. I would downgrade Waltemada to either a fully dud spot. But obviously, you've got some other players that are bigger issues. I would say Reinders and Gabriel are your bigger issues right now. I would maybe look at... You've already got Verge, so Gabriel down. Then try and get Reinders up to potentially, if you can afford it, a Mbeumo, a Cunha, a Bruno Fernandes. That's probably where I would be looking at in terms of the moves for me and my team. Got this as my team right now. Can't decide whether I should captain Haaland or Saka. Did we do that one? I think we did that one already, right? Yeah, we did that one as well. Did we do that one? Virgin Minter. Oh, I don't like Foden as a move. I don't like Foden. Done Foden and Minter to Gab and Verge. Yeah, I don't like Foden, but I'm guessing you've taken him out because I can't see him, so I think you've gone for Minter instead. Any changes on this team? Who should I sell Gabriel for? Probably Verge. Verge, or drop him down to a cheaper guy and maybe look to upgrade one of your midfield spots. But yeah, that's probably where I'd go with that one. Yeah, first time we've seen Salah. Nice. I think Doman's an interesting choice as your Arsenal pick. I personally wouldn't go for that unless this is a free hit. Is this a free hit? Yeah, it's a free hit. That's fine. This is a good free hit then. I like this as a free hit. Yeah, hopefully it does well for you, man. Hopefully it does well. King of the North, 0.1 million. Any moves would be for a hit. Just play Senesi ahead of Gabriel, I guess, then. That's all I'd do then, if it's for a hit. Unless you want to go and obviously take the hit, bring in Virgil van Dijk. That is probably the other move that I would maybe go for in that one. Option 2 for me, VVD for Gabriel, Mateta for Ekatike. Yeah, like both of those moves, I think that's fine. We've done that one already. 2.4 million left, free hit active suggestions. I don't know if I'd have Rice on a free hit. Doesn't feel like a very free hitty player, does he? No Salah on a free hit as well is also very interesting. I think Salah, for me, if you're free hitting this week, has to be a player you've got to be considering. That is one of the main reasons I would be looking to free hit. Like, it's just a great fixture. I think they're maybe top or second for projected goals. I think you've just got to consider Salah. So that's where I would be looking at that one. Will Semenyo start? We don't know. And Mbeumo captain is a gamble, but if you want to go for it, I understand it. I would actually play Thiago ahead of Caicedo. Brentford are great at winning penalties. Brighton are terrible at conceding penalties. Benching a penalty taker anytime for me always doesn't feel great as an option anyway. Got this team right now. Can't decide whether I should captain Haaland or Saka. Did we do this one? We did that one already, right? I think. I can't remember. We've seen so many teams already. I would personally just stick it on Haaland. Gabriel for Timber or Verge. They're your options. One free transfer, 1.5 million in the bank. Gabriel's probably Verge then would probably be the move, right? That probably would just be the move, or dropping him down to a really cheaper guy. That'd probably be a move, or dropping him down all the way to a dud. Yeah, we did that one already, I think. Got this team right now. Can't decide whether I should captain Haaland. Yeah, we did that one, right? Free hit 13 does look like a very good option. There are a lot of games up against each other, and yeah, it's a bit messy, isn't it? Good morning, FPL lovers. Here's my team. Might actually roll. I think you could roll through that. The only problem is you might eat up a lot of price drops and stuff like that. I think, yeah, I probably would have like, yeah. I would move on Gabriel. Like, there's going to be a lot of more. I reckon there'll be at least two more price drops, by the way. I don't feel good benching and die. Yeah, who do you drop, though? Who do you drop there? It doesn't feel good because he's a penalty taker, and I get that. But who do you realistically drop for him there? I don't think anybody's droppable there. So, yeah. Mateta captain, free hit active. I think if I was going to captain anybody on a free hit, it would be Salah. But hey ho, you've got the balls, you've gone for it. Fair enough. Fair enough, paracetamol. Wildcard active, also planned for future game weeks. Gakpo would not be on my wildcard. Get him out of the team. Doku wouldn't be on there. Coyote wouldn't be on there. And Van de Ven wouldn't be on there. There's a few picks I think you need to have a look through there on that one. Final one, obviously, we'll do some more team ratings at 8 o'clock. Any changes to this team? Ooh, I think Gabriel's got to go, right? If you've got your transfer left, Gabriel to a Timber, a Virgil van Dijk, anyone like that, and put them in there. Calvin Bassey, Jesus. How do people end up with Calvin Bassey in their team? Oh, my God. Calvin Bassey, eh? Cool. Do I think Semenyo will play? I think he will. I genuinely think he'll play. I think he'll play. Yeah, I think he'll play. Oh, Chen Dong. How do I send it? There is literally a post that literally says, leave your team here. That's all you need to do. That's literally all you need to do is just leave your team, the one that says, there's a tweet that literally says, leave your teams here. If you leave it there, it will get reviewed. Simple as that. Simple as that, all right? Simple as that. Nice and easy for you guys to follow. If not, come over to the FPL Cartel Discord, and we'll be rating teams after today's deadline stream over on there. If you are enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button. Let's see if we can get today's stream up to 100 likes. If you are new to the channel as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as we're on that road to 25k subscribers. Mateta brace this week. Can't go wrong with this. Fair enough. Munoz is due. Maybe. Thoughts on Enzo starting? I think he'll start. Do I think he'll play a full 90? Probably not. But I think they'll probably give him some minutes. I just hope it's from the start. Yeah, I think that's completely fine. I think that's completely fine to do, to be honest. I'm just going to quickly blow my nose again. Sorry, guys. Oh. Yeah, and I do think Enzo is good to go. I've seen lots of pictures of him training. He's had that 2 weeks off now. I think he'll probably, I think he'll be all right. Do I think Krupi starts? He could start, with all the injuries that they've got with like Cliver out and stuff like that. He might be forced to play in a potential midfield role. Doak obviously came back as well, injured from the Scotland camp, so he might play. He genuinely might play, or he might see a bit of reduced minutes. Do keep your questions coming in the chat. I mean, we literally did every team on there, so. But yeah, sure. I reckon having triple Chelsea isn't good, though. I've got Enzo, João Pedro, and Caicedo. I do think probably one of them misses out from the start. Yeah. When will be the next team review? In 15 minutes' time. That's when we'll do the next round of team reviews. All right. Marino and Ndai out for Saka and Bar. Who the hell is Bar? If not, bench one, Enzo and Moreno. I mean, if you're going to have to bench one, just bench Moreno, right? Just play the other two. Captain Bruno, I do like Bruno Fernandes, and I do think it's a great fixture, but I would be terrified of going against Erling Haaland. But, like, look, Bruno, you're probably still going to get a decent amount of rank gain out of already before, of course, you do get... before you do get even like captaincy, you're already going to get a big stonking green arrow because he's like at what 16% owned. Like he's not a highly owned player, is he? So yeah. Rank these players: Enzo, Semenyo, Caicedo. I probably put, if we know Enzo is gonna play, then Enzo probably is top. Semenyo probably second, and Caicedo third. I just think Caicedo maybe misses this one out. Demba Ba. Oh, of course, he's back in the game. He's back in the game. Look, I think if you've got a gut feel and you fancy going elsewhere with captaincy, I'm all for it. Genuinely, I'm all for it. I 100% see why people might want to go elsewhere with it. Like, yeah, I get it. I do get it. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Anything that you do have, let me know if Golden has actually decided to play that free hit. I'm also interested to see if he's decided to play his free hit yet. He's teasing it. He's teasing it, but I don't think he has he? Bar is a 4.4 million mid. Interestingly, Denver Bar regen back in the game. You love to see it. You love to see it. 4.3 million at Sunderland. Okay, thank you. See, these are the players that I don't really look at, and I have no idea if he plays minutes. No idea if he plays minutes. He's played already. Okay. Denver Bar regen. I remember Denver Bar back in the Newcastle days. He was. I would have liked to have played FPL at that point. He would have been a fun pick. He would have been a very fun pick to have, wouldn't he? He really would. Good old Denver Bar. What a guy. What a guy, eh? Any questions about your team, guys? Do get them in. Of course, if you are enjoying today's stream, we are approaching 100 likes. So make sure you're hitting that like button. I'm guessing you're against taking a hit to take Semenyo out. I am, I think. Yeah, I think I am. Unless you've got absolutely no bench cover, then yeah, I probably would be a bit against it. Yeah. I'm on a free hit this week. Thoughts on Morgan Rogers? This is the thing, right? Villa have been winning games. The numbers, though, the expected goal involvement numbers for Rogers, Watkins, all of Villa's players, the highest is Watkins with like 2.12. They've only won one game by XG so far this season as well. They're just not good. They're just not good. Like, it's a great fixture, don't get me wrong. If it was at home, I would be a lot more for it. Leeds away, though, does feel like could be an iffy one. Could be an iffy one. Bench Munoz or Chalobah? I probably would bench Chalobah. Bench Semenyo, Chalobah or Senesi? Probably. Who would I go for there? Probably maybe Chalobah. And die out -4 for Saka. I don't hate it. But obviously taking a penalty taker out who can hit DEFCON. Never the best feeling, but if you've got the money to go for it, maybe not. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. We're always in here nice and early in the mornings. This is the way we go. Really appreciate that, though. Thank you for dropping by. Replacing Gabriel for Richards and upgrading Dewsbury Hall for Szoboszlai. What do you think? I don't think I would waste the transfer on doing Dewsbury Hall to Szoboszlai. He's on 4 yellows. He's going to play right back with the injuries Liverpool have got. Not worth it. You are just basically paying 6.6 million for a very expensive defender that only gets 1 point from a clean rather than 5 points for a clean. Is it 5 or 4? I can't remember. But yeah, not worth it in my opinion. And Bournemouth won't be out for game week 14. He won't be out for game week 14. United have pushed back anyway, so I reckon he'll probably leave after game week 15 at the earliest. They might even see game week 16 of him. So he won't be out from game week 14. Brighton, Gomez, and Villa, Buendia are super talented players on form. They are, but like, who realistically is going to pick them in FPL? Maybe I'm oversighting it a little bit, but I personally wouldn't look at either of them. Hi Tom, would you bench Walter or start a home defender instead? Depends who your home defenders are. I don't think Gakpo is worth it. Like, apparently they've been trialing Isak at left wing in training. Like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near it. Saka captain for a massive haul. He is due one. He got one last week. He got a massive haul last week. So I'd say he's probably the opposite of due, right? He's definitely the opposite of due right now is Saka. Captain Mateta or Haaland? I still probably would go for Haaland, but I understand if people want to take a bit of a fun punt and go for Mateta. I would just say, though, with Nketiah being back, yeah, probably won't go for it. Would you do Semenyo to Fernandez as my 4th and final transfer this week? I'm using the bench boost, the alternative, keeping the last transfer and having 2 in game week 13 for a potential Liverpool pivot. I think I'd do it. If you've got the bench boost active this week, I'm a big fan of Bruno Fernandes. I probably would make that move. Yeah, I probably would make that move. I really like Bruno. Gets your bench boost out the way as well before we head into the busy winter festive period as well. So yeah, go for it. Is it better to captain Saka or Mateta? Oh, that's a toughie. I would probably lean slightly more towards Mateta than Saka, in my personal opinion. But obviously, both on their own merit are great captaincy picks this week. I just think Haaland, the form that he's in, is just different gravy, isn't he? Bruno captain as well could also be a great shout. But again, I just think with him being around 16, 17% owned, you're already going to get a decent, healthy chunk of rank out of him. There's no real reason to maybe go for it. So yeah. Is Saka more a hot streak player? I do feel he does well. I wouldn't say he's a hot streak player. No, he's very good. He's just a very, very good footballer. I wouldn't say he's a hot streak player though. Not in my opinion. We are approaching 100 likes on today's stream, guys. So if you are enjoying it, make sure, of course, you are hitting that subscribe button. Obviously, as well, the stream is absolutely flying now with people joining as well. We are doing team reviews at 8 o'clock. So if you want to get your team reviewed by me, head over to my Twitter and leave it under the tweet that literally says, "This is for team reviews." Leave it right there. I felt like I was doing the Spider-Man meme then, you know, where he's like doing the newspaper. He's like, that's how I felt. I can't remember what that guy's name is. Someone let me know in the comments. What's the guy's name in the Spider-Man films who does that? Any news on Enzo? Nothing as of yet, but I will keep you posted if we do get anything. I can never remember how to work out how to know whether the price drop means you lose value on the Gabriel. Right. So the best way to work it out is head over to fpl.team and it actually tells you the price you bought them for, the price that they are, and the price that they sell. That is honestly one of the best ways to do it. So put your ID in, then have a look. There you go. Lex Luthor, was that his name? Was that the guy's name in Spider-Man? Lex Luthor? The newspaper man? Was that his name? I'm going to Google it. Lex Luthor. That's not the guy in Spider-Man. What the hell are you on about? You've had my nicknames down there. That's not the guy in Spider-Man. What is my rank right now? 600,000, something like that. Like, I mean, the start of the season, we were 8 million. So to be at 600,000 by game week 12, we've had a good rise. Hopefully it does keep continuing. And yeah. Jameson. I don't think any of you have got the right answers here, have you? What's the newspaper man in Spider-Man? Yeah, I know what the newspaper's called. Oh, it is Jameson. All right, there we go. Jonah Jameson. Good morning, Andy. Hope you're doing good this morning. We're just talking about the newspaper man in Spider-Man. That's where today's stream has gone. News on Kudus. I haven't seen anything. Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson is the guy. So yeah, there we go. We just hit 100 likes as well, so people are obviously enjoying the Spider-Man chat. Do appreciate it. Differential captain other than Haaland, Saka, and Salah. You're probably looking at Mateta and Buemo, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. What is my favorite Bible verse? I don't have any favorite Bible verses. So yeah. Oh yeah, I think the whole price rise and price decrease value thing is just absolute whack. I hate it, and it's one of my least favorite things about the game. It's just whack. It is absolutely whack. Yeah, let's know any other topics you want to, of course, discuss. Gakpo captaincy punt, definitely not. I wouldn't even be looking at Gakpo or have Gakpo in my team. Respect thy fellow FPL player. Yep. Obviously, there was verse 2, never back the early kickoff. What other ones have we got? Thou shall not go without Haaland captain. It's another good one. If anybody can think of any more Bible verses around FPL, get them in the chat. What is your favourite snack between 3 and 5 p.m? Ooh, I like a Biscoff biscuit. They're really good. Or maybe like a crumpet or a potato cake. Yeah, there's some good ones. I don't think I would go near the double Liverpool defense mark. Not for me anyway. Yeah, I don't think I would probably go for it. All we've got from Arteta so far is just weeks. We haven't been told how many weeks, just weeks. He's going for a further scan on Wednesday. And Buemo for Rice, free hit active. I think you won. I think you won it though. I think you won it. No news on Semenyo. We've only got the update we've got right now. Thou shall not take hits is an also great Bible verse, isn't there? They are differential for a reason. Is that another one? I mean, it's a great one if so. It is a great one. Can you explain how automatic subs work exactly? Yep, no problem. So let's use the example of my team then. Let's say, for example, if Semenyo doesn't play, then it will be Rodon that comes in. But let's say, for example, none of my defenders play. You need a minimum of 3 defenders to be playing. So if any of my defenders don't play for whatever reason, and I had Kroopy first sub, it actually wouldn't be Kroopy that would come in because, again, we need those 3 defenders. Same as you need 3 midfielders and you need 1 forward to always be playing on the pitch. So that's how it works. So it usually go the first sub comes in, of course, unless you're about to hit that threshold where, you need the 3 players or you need the 2 players or whatever to actually come in. So, yeah. So if somebody doesn't play any minutes, for example, if Semenyo plays 0 minutes, Rodon will come in my team. If, for example, I had Kroopy first sub and Richards didn't play and I had Rodon second sub, then it would be Rodon coming in. There you go. My Twitter is right above here, but if you just put FPL Tom into Twitter, I will come up. There you go. Thou shall not covet your rival's captain. Nice. Nice. Thou shall not copy content creators' team. There you go. Thou shall pronounce Xhaka as Xhaka, not Xhaka. Nice. Replace Gabriel with Munoz instead of Virgil. I don't mind the Munoz one. It is a bit of a short-term pick, though. I don't know. What's the minimum amount of midfielders you could have? I always thought it was 3. Someone correct me in the comments if that is not the case. Thou shall be wrong. We're saying thou a lot. Any news on Matty Cash? I think he should be good to go. I haven't seen anything suggesting that he's not going to be good to go. Get rid of Reinders. Yeah, he would be a player I would want to get rid of fairly quickly. Semenyo might come on the 75th minute and you won't get Rodon on your team. I know. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is just a farce to boxing, isn't it, really? Right, it is 8 o'clock. We are ready for round number 2 of team reviews, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for it. I hope you're ready for it. Let's get some teams reviewed. Cool. What was the last one we did? Okay. Right, let's have a look what we've had. So we've had a few sent in. Hi, Tom. Did a -4. Got Virgil and Bruno. So Gabriel and Reinders. Captain Bruno, what do you think? I love the transfers. I would probably still captain Haaland. Like I said, Bruno's only around like 16, 17% owned. So you're going to get already a big chunk of rank gain out of him. Maybe necessarily not need the captaincy to go for that one. Still got my wildcard and free hit. Planning to wildcard after we get 5 free transfers. Do you agree? Yeah, I mean, then you can just roll every single week, can't you? Once you've got your fives and you've got your wild card all set up. So yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Omia's team, yep, looks good. I probably would move Gabriel on. You will probably start to take some big price hits and stuff like that. So yeah. Gabriel out for Virgil, 1 free transfer, 0.5 million in the bank. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. Thinking about changing Gabriel and Reinders for Anderson and Rice. I have 2 free transfers. Yep, I don't mind both of those moves. Already did Gabriel to VVD. Was thinking about 3 other options for Semenyo. Caicedo to Potts and Semenyo to Saka. Semenyo straight swap for Mbuemo or Gakpo. Already have Bruno. Leave it like this and have Caicedo or Anderson for sub. I think you could leave it like that. However, if you want to make that move, I probably personally would go. I think I probably would maybe do the Semenyo to Mbuemo move. That probably would be the one that would tickle my pickle the most. We've had a few super chats. We'll obviously do some more team ratings at half past, but we've had a few super chats come in the chat. One of them just sent $1.99, so thank you very much for that one. The next one is start 2, Enzo, Semenyo, Thiago. I don't think you can bench Thiago. And if we get early team news and Enzo's not in it, you bench him. But otherwise, I probably say you go with your 2 starting players that are fit, right? Thiago and Enzo. We've had another super chat as well. Jesus, I don't think I've ever had that many super chats in short succession. So thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate those. Sam, I said I've got 3 options. Enzo to Mbuemo, Semenyo to Mbuemo, or keep both and go with Mbuemo. Not sure what to do. Wait, what? Enzo to Mbuemo, Semenyo to Mbuemo, or keep both without Mbuemo. Not sure what to do. I personally, if I've got the money, I would maybe look to upgrade Semenyo to Mbuemo. I think that is probably the move I would do in your position. I can't really comment for the rest of your team like without seeing it. So if you want to let me know how the rest of your team looks, then yeah, let me know how the rest of the team looks, because I think that will give me a better picture of whether or not you could actually go without making any moves and you could be reliant on it. If you've got a bit of bench cover, then maybe you could just roll. Obviously, if these moves were for hits as well, just let me know in the chat, Sam, and I can give you a little bit more of a better answer. But for me, I probably would do the Semenyo to Enzo one. Semenyo to Mbuemo, sorry. Don't you feel like this is one of the weeks to go against the robot? I mean, he's not going to get a great record against Newcastle. Newcastle's defensive record is very good at home as well, so there is scope to maybe go without it. I get it. Sorry, mate. I unfortunately I can't make the rules on how Twitter works. Like, I sometimes people's accounts work, sometimes they don't work. I have no idea what the rules are, but yeah, apologies. Raging, I had the exact money to Semenyo to Cunha last night. Out now with Semenyo dropping. Whoops. Come on, Semenyo. Unlucky on that one as well. Another super chat donation. Thank you very much, guys. You've been very generous this morning. Really do appreciate them all. Oh, message retracted. Super chat's gone now. Super chat's gone. If you do want more detailed advice from me, guys, rather than doing a super chat, what I would recommend is you come over to the FPL Cartel Discord. This is a exclusive Discord with myself and Golden Goal Fantasy Football. We have an exclusive weekly podcast. Use the link. There's 30 days free, so you can come and test it out, get your team reviewed, ask us questions, all that good jazz. That is probably the place to go. I'll be live in there once I obviously finish up at 9 o'clock today as well. So it's cheaper than a super chat. It's completely free for 30 days as well. So come test it out. Come chat to us. Sign up. Use the link in the chat. Start Anderson or Fulham or start Minter. Probably go Minter. Best 6.6 million mid. Probably Minter would probably be the one I would look to go for. Yeah. Who is the better captain, Mateta or Haaland or Pedro? I'm at 820k. I mean, 820k is fine. Like, it's not a million miles away. So I think you've got good options, but I still probably would go for Haaland. Like, yeah, that's probably where I'd go on that one. Best hangover food. Also, any juice that's good to help with hangover. Basically, you want to probably spam vitamin C. That'll probably be my advice. So, like orange juice and stuff. If you can get some like vitamin C tablets as well, just spam them. That's what I do when I'm ill, and you just feel a lot better already. Best hungover food though. Again, you probably want something that's going to just boost your energy, right? Not something that's going to do it. The other thing I probably would say is if you've got access to a sauna, I know not everybody does, but sweat it out your system. So maybe get a hot bath or a hot shower as well. You'll feel 10 times better. This is for a man who hasn't drank for like 3 years now. So yeah, I'm really in a position to help you guys out, aren't I? Took my vitamins already. Good boy. Good boy. Another donation. Thank you very much. Should I swap Semenyo for Enzo? If not, I don't think I would swap Semenyo for Enzo. I'd just keep Semenyo. That would be the move I would do. I'd just keep Semenyo. If not another 6.5, I think you go Minter. That's the other option for me personally. But yeah, I don't think I would personally do that. Nah, don't leave the house. Don't leave the house. But if you've got access to a sauna, go and check one out. Yeah, that is also a very good way to get rid of a hangover. Is a cheeky little sauna. Just sweat it out your system. Yeah, I won't be starting Kroopy. Yeah. How to see baseline bonus stats. There is a tab on Fantasy Football Scout in their members section. You can view the like points, and it will be like one of the toggles on your menu you can make. So yeah, there you go. But if you want to know who's the top player for baseline bonus, no surprise, it's Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. Yeah, I've never been a big drinker anyway. Like I've had, obviously, like when I was younger and when I was at university, like, yeah. I drank back then, but I don't drink now. The Mr. Beast lookalikes. I am nowhere near Mr. Beast. I don't look like anything like Mr. Beast. Am I getting recognised more often? I've only been recognised once in public. Actually, that's a lie, twice. One was for the second channel when I went back to a ground. So, like, that makes sense. The other one, like I said, I was at a birthday party with my girlfriend's family. And I'd never met anyone there, didn't know anyone. They didn't know who I was. And I walked in and her uncle knew who I was. He was like, yep, I'll watch your videos. I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, there we go. That was a weird experience. But hey-ho, if he's watching now, hiya. Semenyo or Rice? I would probably still prefer to play Semenyo this week, right? I'm planning on captaining Mateta. Fair play. Hope it works out for you, my man. Hope it works out for you. Like I said, we're going to do another round of team ratings at past. That will be the next time we do some team ratings. Of course, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the like button as well. Any questions you've got about your team, get them in. Of course, we'll be doing team ratings at 8:30 as well. So in about 20 minutes. 20 minutes time, we'll get some more of those done. If I play 5 mids and 2 forwards and one of my mids doesn't play, then does my forward get the points? It depends whoever your first sub is, mate. Whoever your first sub is there will get the points. Bench Rice or Caicedo. I'd be more tempted to bench Caicedo. I do feel like this could be a fixture after the international break. He's done a lot of travelling. Could be the one where they maybe look to bench him for that one. I can't decide between Captain Bruno or the sheer excitement that nobody has him in my mini league. Just feels boring to death, Captain Haaland every single week. I get it. I get it. but I still think I probably would play it safe and be a bit boring. But hey ho, I'm trying to win the whole. Well, not the whole thing. I don't think that's possible now. But I'm trying to get another good rank. Andy hasn't had a drink for a year. Love that stuff. Love that stuff. Yeah, you don't need to have a drink. Like you really don't. It's not a part of my lifestyle, and yeah, I think you can still go out and enjoy yourself and not have a drink. Yeah. Yeah, true. Should I use a triple captain on Mateta or leave the triple captain for another game week? I mean, if you fancy it, if you really do fancy it, Holland has got Leeds next week. That's probably the better week to go for it. Enzo for Saar or somebody else having Buemo and Semenyo already. Yeah, I like that move. I would just be a little bit concerned about taking a player out against Burnley, who are the worst side in the expected goals conceded chart. That would concern me. I love the fact that you go live so early. Keep up all the hard work. You're definitely going to keep growing, buddy. Thank you very much, James. Appreciate that. Thank you for being here as well. Like, obviously, with your hangover, takes a lot to turn up to a stream that is, starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. So thank you very much. Thank you for everybody being here as well. Absolute legends as always. Over 300 of you in the chat. Yeah. Things keep growing. We'll see where it goes. Is Gokres injured? Yeah. Sorry, just joined Semenyo playing today. I think he will, but let's just wait and see, right? Let's just wait and see. I think it's going to be one of those where he's either in the squad or he's not in the squad. I don't think they bench. I think he's either fit or he's not fit. That's how it goes. I honestly don't look anything like Mr. Beast. Yeah, I think you're the only one who sees that one, pal. Semenyo or Rice, who to start? I would take the gamble on Semenyo, I would take the gamble. Should I take a hit to do Gabriel to VVD and bench James? I probably would, with the uncertainty around James and starting. Unless we obviously get a team leak, but we've been very, very dry on the team leak front for a while. Should I play Walter? He has been awful for me. Have Mateta and Haaland. I play those two. Walter would be a player I would be looking to get out, either down to an absolute dud, or you're probably going to move him to, I would say, like a Thiago. He's the best cheap forward, isn't he? Yeah, I genuinely think he either starts the game or he's just not in the squad at all and plays absolutely 0 minutes. That's how I see it. Apologies about that. I always wake up with a bit of a weird nose, I would say. It's always a bit runny in the morning. Let's see if we can try and get today's stream up to 150 likes. It would be great to do so. So, of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the like button as well. It is appreciated, as always, on the channel. Like I said, we're on that road to 25k subscribers. Big milestone we've set, but hopefully we can do it. He did just do really well for Germany on the international break. I get it, but I mean, there's a difference between doing well on international and then doing well for Newcastle. And the fixtures for Newcastle just aren't really there over the next few for me personally, anyway. I am not the I don't look like Mr. Beast. Yeah, get over it. Get over it. Support from Serbia, very nice. Let me know in the chat where you are coming in from today, guys. I always like to do this. I always like to see where we've got people coming in. So first one up is from Serbia. Let me know where you guys are coming in from today. Obviously, I'm based in the UK. It's all right. It's not great. It's absolutely freezing cold at the moment in the UK. It's like 4 degrees today. It is cold. It is cold. If you didn't have a Palace defender, would you do Gabriel to Munoz or VVD? I still probably would do the VVD one. Oh, mate. What classic videos? Yeah. You can, by the way, I all my old FPL videos are still on the channel if you want to go and check them out. Yeah, back when I was a little pube. There you go. South Africa, Zimbabwe, Kenya. Jamie doesn't know what Mr. Beast looks like. Well, you be the decider, Jamie. Do I look like Mr. Beast? You're the one who's gonna let us know on that front. I believe Alderete is fit to play. He went off on international duty, so my guess is yes. My guess is yes. He's gonna be fit to play. Love from Nepal. Few people from Nepal. Very nice. Tom, have you ever broken your nose? Yes. Can you tell? It's not straight, is it? It is like, look at it. It's just, hang on. There you go. Look, it's broke. You can tell it's broke. Yeah, I broke it when I was a kid. Someone elbowed me at football. Didn't mean to. Finland, very nice. That is one of the places I really want to go and see. Yeah, Slot, that is the reason that I didn't go for Virgil van Dijk, is Slot's comments around the amount of defenders they've got for the next few weeks. Already a pretty poor defensive record. That's why I've stayed clear of it. Keep Timber or sell? Give me options. I would personally keep him. Like, Arsenal is still the best side for projected clean sheets over the next few weeks. I still would keep Timber. Start free, Timber, VVD, Chalobah, and Richards. I would probably go Timber, VVD, Richards. Come visit Nepal. I mean, if you've got good football, I'm always up for a trip for good football for the second channel. I'm always up for it. South Africa, very nice. No, I do not look like Mr. Beast. I do not look like Mr. Beast. We're not having it. We'll look at the end of the stream and we'll get Mr. Beast in that bit there, and I'll sit in this bit, but I don't look like Mr. Beast. Australia, very nice. Very nice indeed. I'm a nose surgeon. Feel free to get it fixed. This is the thing. I kind of like my nose a bit broken. It's my unique feature, isn't it? It's my unique feature. So we'll keep it nice and broken. Uganda, Kenya, yeah, nice places. Yeah, the biggest doppelganger was Jota back in the day when I used to just fresh shave, but obviously no longer with us. Start Semenyo or Thiago. I don't think I would bench the penalty taker, and I probably would, yeah, go Thiago. Australia too, very nice. He's not worth it in my opinion. It's the mustache. I mean, we've got the mullet going off as well. I don't know if you can see it in the stream, but yeah, we've also got the mullet going off at the moment. So, yeah. Nepal has a huge craze over football. Very nice. Who's the best team to go and watch in Nepal? No team news as of yet. -4 Semenyo to Mbeumo. I don't think I would, but ooh, yeah, I would be tempted. Perth, Australia for the Ashes. Very nice. Would you start and die or Semenyo, or start both and bench Senesi? I'd start both and bench Senesi. New Zealand, very nice. Captain and Mbeumo. I mean, he's in good form. Third best player for non-penalty XGI as well. So could be a steady little Eddie, couldn't he? Could be a little steady Eddie. Has Tom decided to free hit yet? That's the big question. Has Golden decided to free hit? That's all I want to know. Someone go and let me know if he's free hit or not. That's all we want to know. That's all we want to know. None. We're rubbish at football. Brilliant. Support from Serbia for Nepal. And then thoughts on Doku. Not an option for me. Start and die or Walter and die. Start Caicedo and die. I'm 25-year-old Dublin Brummie. Very nice, Andy. Love it, mate. Captain Mateta, not for me, but hey, if you've got the minerals, you've got the balls, and you fancy it this week, why not? Why not give it a go? We are approaching 150 likes on today's stream, by the way, guys. So if you are enjoying it, make sure you are hitting that like button. Obviously, if you're new to the channel as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as always. Let's see where we can get to at the end of today's stream. It'd be great if we could get to 21.2. I'd love to end the year on like 22.5. I'd love to end it. Love to end the year. YouTube putting ads in live videos these days. Yeah, I've set it so it's the lowest setting. Like I don't make much money from these streams anyway, so I don't really see the point. I've always put the ads to the lowest setting possible. So apologies if like YouTube just spamming ads at the moment. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Not what you really want to see, is it? But yeah, I've tried to I've put it on the lowest setting possible for the streams. So hopefully we don't get too many, but yeah. Which team do you support in this year's AFCON? No idea. I have no idea. I'll probably play AFCON Fantasy. So yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Oh no, yeah. I can't really speak bad of YouTube as they pay me money, but yeah, the ads have got a little bit outrageous from just a viewer perspective. Me watching other people's content as well, it's like bloody hell. Like I watch Above Average FPL. I don't know if anybody else watches that podcast. Great podcast. And I always watch it on the way to work on a Monday. And yeah, the ads are getting a bit ridiculous, aren't they, on YouTube? So yeah. From Saudi Arabia, come on, let's go watch the GOAT Ronaldo. I've always wanted to go to Saudi and watch a football game. I just want to see what it's like. I have no idea. Like, there's so many ex-Premier League footballers there. Who knows? Unfortunately, I don't do team ID ratings. I just do on Twitter and on Discord as well. I'll post the link to my Discord. It's completely free for 30 days if you want to come and test it out. Come chat to me after today's things. Just drop a few slurs. YouTube will disable ads. Nice and easy. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, Andy. But hey ho, yeah, it's probably a strat that does work. It probably is a strat that does work, right? For lookalikes, John Lennon in the Sergeant Pepper era. What? Right, we're going to have a look at this. John Lennon, Sergeant Pepper. Are we taking the mick? What the hell is this? I'm not having that. Hang on, I'm trying to get it so the light doesn't like bounce off my phone. I just need some gegs and we're there. Nah, not having that one. Why is it that creators don't use premium? I mean, I'm only a creator. I don't make like bank off YouTube. I've still got like a full-time job and still have like funds, like, you know, I've still got stuff to pay for outside, and YouTube Premium isn't one of those subscriptions I really fancy paying for, is it? Is Semenyo out? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see the John Lennon Sergeant Pepper era Beatles. I don't see that one. Yeah, that's not for me. I'm not seeing that one. Bench one, Richards, Anderson, Virgil, Timber. I think you probably bench Anderson there, right? Bench one, Semenyo, Senesi, Richards. I would probably bench Senesi. You look like Napoleon Dynamite. Now we're just getting silly. New name Tom has just dropped. Oh, dear. Fernandez or Mbuemo. Mbuemo's obviously off to AFCON at some point, so you will be getting rid of him. Bruno, I just do love him, so he's probably my better longer-term one. Are you still rating teams? Yes, we'll be rating teams in 4 minutes' time. Yeah, I'm personally never going to pay for YouTube Premium. Not for me anyway. But if YouTube are listening, I 100% would. And I like my adverts, YouTube. Send more. Do you reckon that fooled them? Is Reece James starting? I think this could be maybe a fixture where he does get rotated. And it would not surprise me to see some rotation in that Chelsea early kickoff fixture today. Are you free hitting him 13? I'm tempted. I will be definitely doing a free hit video. Probably get one out tomorrow for you guys. Semenyo out for a Manchester United asset. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Reinders, should I sell him or keep, given he's not playing much? I personally would probably go for it. Is that what we're going to have to go dressed as for the final stream of the season? We're going to have to go dressed as John Lennon in the Sergeant Pepper era. We must get some gegs. Yeah. I don't think he had a perm or a mullet, but hey-ho. Bench boost this week. If you've got a full 15 that are fit and available, then yeah, go for it. I have Bruno already. Would you go for Saka or Mbeumo? I would personally go for Saka, but I don't mind the double United pivot in midfield. Bench Senesi or Chalobah. I'd be tempted to maybe bench Chalobah there. Minter or Enzo. I think Minter longer term would be the pick that I'd rather want. More Ringo or George. I'm just everybody in the Beatles apparently now, aren't I? Bench Donnarumma or Petrovic. Oh, I think you probably bench Donnarumma, right? Start one, Semenyo, Gvardiol, Cash, and is Mateta worth taking a punt on captaincy? Not for me. I would personally probably start Semenyo and probably have Cash first sub, right? Good morning, Abby. Hope you're doing well. She says, looking forward to the football being back. Have lots of deadlines over the next couple months. Yeah. Uni can be a bit stressful. We've all been there. We've all been there. Thinking about triple captain on Haaland to go against the free hitters on his current form. Any other great fixtures to use the triple captain on instead? Sunderland doesn't count. Let's have a look at what other ones he's got, because that would probably be the only other week I would maybe consider. Fulham are bad at the moment. Fulham are not a good side. Palace, when they play Palace, like there is a heavy fixture congestion. West Ham, maybe. Forest, like there are other opportunities to, of course, use it on Erling Haaland, right? There are other opportunities to use it. So I don't mind that. FPL Sergeant Pepper, is that the new name now? Tarkowski to Munoz or Saka for a -4. What's the move involving Saka? I'm a bit confused by what's the bit that involves Saka. That's the bit I need to know. If you let me know what's the bit involving Saka, then yeah, that might give me a little bit more credence. Has he gone for the free hit? Is that a free hit active? Oh, Tom. Tom's gone for it. I love it. Oh, fair play to Tom. He's gone for the free hit. I'm a big fan of that. It's a good looking free hit as well. It is a very good looking free hit. Wow. Fair play. Oh. there are a lot of FPL deadlines coming up as well, but we will be live for all of them, bar the one I think's on Boxing Day. Obviously, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I usually go away with my family for Christmas, so yeah, won't be there for Boxing Day. But every other stream, we will be here. We'll be live. We'll be nice and early, helping you guys out as well. Who's he got? So his team is Petrovic, Mukulele, Richards, Senesi, Sarr, Bruno, and Mbeumo. Salah captain, nice. Thiago, Mateta, and Haaland. It's a nice looking free hit. It is a nice looking free hit. So yeah, fair play to Tom on that one. Right, it is past. We are going to do some team reviews, guys. Obviously, as I click back into my own stream on my laptop, we get an ad. So thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Let's go and do some team ratings then for you guys. Let's get some more teams rated. How many we had sent in? I think we've had a good few sent in, right? Obviously, if you send me a team, make sure you are following me over on Twitter. It does help them to push through correctly. Otherwise, sometimes they get lost and don't quite pull through. Thinking about changing Gabriel and Reinders for Anderson and Rice. Oh, yeah, I did that one. I said, yep. Did that one, I believe. Andy, just a bench order, mate, if you can. Oh, benching Timber. Okay. I would put Timber ahead of Caicedo for me. Timber ahead of Caicedo. That would be it. I have 4 free transfers. Who would you buy? I would get rid of Gabriel. I would get rid of Reinders. I would probably get rid of Walter. So I probably would do Walter down to Thiago. Gabriel to either Virgil van Dijk or a cheapie, like an Anderson maybe from Fulham. Then I'd do probably Reinders up to a Mbuemo or a Bruno Fernandes. Those would probably be the moves that I would be looking at. Obviously, if you can't afford that, Walter Marder all the way down to like a Mark Gui, just to get the budget to, of course, be able to do that. Semenyo to Mbuemo. I have one free transfer and 1.3 million in the bank. I don't mind that move. I genuinely don't mind that move. So if you fancy it and you want to go for it, go for it. Steady looking team, that one. No, too bad. Two frees used. Gab to Estev and King. Minter free hit. Game week 13. Best of luck, Tom. Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, a lot of people looking at a game week 13 free hit. So we'll definitely get a video going for that one. Adam says, bench Nico or Vifa. Would you put Krupi first sub in case Semenyo is injured? Not a bad option. I think Vifa's, though, just a steady, like, 4 or 5 points, isn't he, with his DEFCON? So I think I would probably just leave it as is. Yeah, I probably would just leave it as is. Kudus to Enzo. Dan Burn to Verge. Nice. Not loving either Reinders or Walter Modders. Need to pick between them. I don't think I would have probably bought Enzo in this week. He could maybe be benched, but yeah. Dan Burn to Verge. Okay. Not loving either Reinders or Walter Modder. Yeah, maybe a minus. Maybe a minus could be on the card. Maybe like a Walter Modder to like a Thiago. If you've got a bit of money in the bank, which I don't think you do, so I probably would go, yeah, Walter Modder to Thiago and free up some funds. I think that's probably the move I would do. Free hit 12. Should I have more bench cover? Punts on Neto, Garnacho, Trossard. There are quite a few punts in here. And I think maybe going the double Chelsea wingers might be a little bit of a gamble, but it is a ridiculously strong team. I don't know if Trossard is maybe the one I would go for personally, but yeah. You're just kind of hoping we get some early Chelsea team news on that one, I reckon. Cool. Right, we'll do our final round of team reviews at 9 o'clock before we obviously finish up for today's stream. Then we'll be live in the FPL Cartel Discord. So if you want to come over to that one and yeah, come chat to me. I've just opened my phone and John Lennon's face was just staring straight back at me. I'm not having the John Lennon lookalike one. That was poor from you guys. That was very poor from you guys. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. I knew it was nothing to do with like football or whatever. It was something else, wasn't it? Do you think Gyökeres starts or Moreno? I reckon they still probably go with Moreno. Like he's done nothing wrong to deserve to be dropped. So yeah, I reckon he probably still gets the nod. Semenyo better play and go mad with everyone dropping or selling and also being priced out of Cunha. Mate, let's hope for the hangover. Let's hope. At 4 p.m. today, we've seen Semenyo get a first half cheeky little brace. Second half, he gets a penalty, he walks away with a hat-trick and a mega haul. I'm all there for it, mate. I'm all there for it. Any Chelsea leaked lineups? We don't have any as of yet with the time it is, but yeah, I to be honest, I probably doubt we're going to get anything. Leaks this year have been dry. We've been famished for leaks. Absolutely famished. Interestingly, on Semenyo, where is it? It's here, right? So I don't know if anybody else saw this week, but the EFL Panini collection came out. Very excited, obviously being a Mansfield fan. We've got a Mansfield player here. But in one of my first packs, we got the Semenyo. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on it, but we've got the Anton Semenyo raised in the EFL sticker. So I was like, that's a sign. That is a sign for this week. That is a sign. Of course, if anybody else is collecting that collection, let me know. And yeah, we'll do some trades. 100%, mate. Get yourself nice and comfy. Get the Soccer Saturday on. You'll feel a lot better. I need that Semenyo mega haul. I think it would be great if we got it. I'm hoping the lucky card has delivered the goods. Burner's left back is only a 2-point man, but also as soon as he's back to centre back, he's a 4-6. Yeah, agreed. When I was younger, I used to think it was called Boxing Day because when you put the boxes from your presents in the bin. also valid. I thought it was probably something to do with like bin men or something like that. Which combination you like the most? Lacroix / Gahey, Anderson, Richard, Senesi. I probably like Richards and Senesi. Yeah. I personally would probably get like him gone. Yeah, I probably would get him gone. Stock Cash or Reese. I'd actually probably go with Cash on that one. Am I watching the Ashes? I am not. What channel is it on these days? Like BT, something like that? Yeah, probably something like that. Oh, I forgot I opened some of my Pokemon collection stuff when I came in drunk last night. Whoops. I have Moreno as an Arsenal attacker. I could not go to Saka because of lack of funds. So in this situation, bench one Moreno, Enzo, and Die. You probably do bench Moreno there. Like the other two are penalty takers. You probably give them the start. Going with Haaland, Captain Tom. I'm thinking Mateta or Saka. Yeah, I'm still going with Haaland, but yeah, it's I understand why other people are looking at alternative options this week. It is a good week to maybe gamble on Haaland. Only one goal ever against Newcastle. Newcastle, very good home record as well. So I get it. I get it. Is Ahmad a good transfer in? He's playing as a wing back. Probably only going to get maybe like 3 weeks out of him. Not the most ideal move, I would say. Any update on Semenyo? We've got absolutely niche to work with at the moment. But we might get something. We might get something. I hope, anyway. Right, just going to quickly blow my nose again. Sorry, guys. Right, we're back. Semenyo did get engaged. He's got XG engaged, hasn't he? He'll want to score for the misses. He'll be like, yes. I don't know if anybody else saw that tweet where it was like, his girlfriend's wearing red, so that means he's going to Liverpool. Come on, use your head. Use your head. João Pedro captain thoughts? Probably not. Would Canate be good cover for VVD? And should I go for him instead and get Minter? The thing with Canate is like his minutes have been great. Like, no doubt about it. Liverpool haven't really got much defensive cover, so I think he will play. He just is very injury prone. Like, he will probably pick up an injury at some point. He just will, won't he? He just will. Oh, mate, not wearing the red joke. Ah, oh, no, that was the best bit. Is it okay not to remove Gabriel if I have a free bet? I mean, if you've got like cover, like you just will be eating up some price rises, drop, sorry. You will just be taking some hits on some value. Are you keeping Semenyo? Yeah, I'm going to keep him unless we get any news before the deadline. Hi Tom team reviews done or pending. We've got one final one at 9, and then that will be it. If you want your team rated by me, though, obviously I can give you a little bit more in-depth advice. Come chat to me about the games and stuff like that. Head into the sub-launch link that I've just sent in. That is our exclusive FPL Cartel Discord. Get yourself signed up for that one. Plenty going off in there. Prize mini leagues, exclusive podcast. And yeah, we'll be chatting away and stuff like that. Thank you. Like and subscribe as well. Great shout. Great shout indeed. As you can see, getting notifications already for the FPL Cartel Discord popping off. Like I said, I'll be popping in there once we do finish up on today's stream. It's completely free for 30 days. Come and test it out. Get some advice off me. If you don't like it, you can cancel. Boom. Would you sell Salah for Wharton? No. Gabriel, Juve, Paqueta to VVD, Truffet, and Minter. Yeah, don't mind those moves. Is it safe to say take Salah instead of Haaland for this game week? I mean, Salah has the better fixture this week, doesn't he? Like, there is no way around it. If I was on a free hit, I definitely would be including Salah. But yeah, I don't think I would go for it. Sold Semenyo for Cunha. I was also looking at a similar move myself, so don't mind it. A lot of the models like Review and Solio also really like that move. Which two Crystal Palace defenders you rate the most and why? Probably, I would say Munoz and Richards. Richards purely for the value. Munoz, because he can hit DEFCON, has attacking returns as well. He's honestly, when you watch him, you're like, this guy's a joke, isn't he? Yes, it is part of my strategy, mates. Give everybody the cold and flu. Will you be waiting for Mbeumo then when he's back from AFCON? I don't know. We'll see what the landscape looks like. Yep, we'll be doing one more post review. We'll be doing one more. So get yourself over to Twitter. We'll be doing one more round of those. And then obviously we will be yeah, that'll be it. Fair, if you don't want him for long, like Konate for the next few weeks could be a very fine option, couldn't he? Should I get Szoboszlai? No, I've said this to people in the stream throughout today. Don't go and get Szoboszlai. He's on 4 yellows. He's going to be playing right back with the Liverpool injuries they've got. You're basically just paying 6.6 million for an expensive defender that only gets 1 clean sheet point. So not worth it in my opinion. Hi Tom, would you sell Semenyo to get Bruno? Probably yes. Yeah, I personally for me would not go near Szoboszlai though. He's not a pick. Not a pick. Not a pick in my opinion. Obviously, if you're enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are liking it. It does push it out to more people, and that is exactly what we want with today's stream. Always helps when we get plenty of likes in the door. Lots of Premier League football as well. There will be a video out tonight discussing my transfer plans ahead of next week as well. I don't really know. We're going to have to wait and see who actually is the focus point from Arsenal set pieces. So trying to say who it's going to be is extremely tough because it could be that they might move like Gyökeres to being that guy, or it might be that Saliba's the guy, or Calafiori's the guy, or Tim. Like there's so much we need to wait and see how their first few set pieces run without Gabriel, in my opinion. Would you swap Ndiaye and Semenyo for Bruno and Mbeumo and Minter? Oh, probably would. I probably would. They are some very saucy and spicy moves. Yeah, I probably would do that. Probably would do that. Obviously, if you have just joined the stream, my moves this week were to take Gabriel out for Richards, and we upgraded Ndiaye to Mbeumo. Those were the moves that we did, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. I can't lie, I'm pretty happy with those moves. Do. Do keep your questions coming in. Let me know what you're thinking for this week in terms of your transfer plans. And I don't know why the camera has decided not to start focusing on me, but it would be great if you would start focusing on me, please. Obviously, if you're looking for a free hit team, Golden has activated his this week. So maybe go and check out his stream as well if you're on the free hit for this week. Camera, please just focus in. It would be great. The FPL Cartel Discord is popping off on my phone. Like I said, I will be live in there after this stream finishes. So if you want to come and check it out, please just focus, camera. I love this camera. It's so good. And then it just does periods where it just decides I'm not going to focus on you. So now I'm just a blur. What are you doing? Like, look at it. What's it doing? What are you doing, camera? Like, look at it. Right. Unless I sit, like, really far forward, then I'm not in focus. Great. Okay. Right. I think we're back. Cash or Van Dijk? Probably Van Dijk. Will you sell Enzo anytime soon? I might free hit next game week. So I missed the Arsenal fixture. Then I get him in for the Leeds game. Please do not spam in the chat or you will be muted by one of our moderators. Easy Tom, first sub in case Semenyo doesn't start, for or Anthony. I probably would actually go Anthony, you know. Take the gamble on Anthony. Yeah. I have no idea who those people are. I'm guessing you're saying more lookalikes, probably. Tarkowski to which Crystal Palace defender can't afford Munoz? Then probably Richards. For 4.5, I think he's just excellent value. He just is excellent value. Yep, Saw's definitely a viable option this week. Probably been a little bit unfortunate for his owners, but yeah, still a good pickup. Might change Enzo to Gakpo, feeling risky. I personally would go nowhere near Gakpo. Yeah, not for me. Not a pick for me, in my personal opinion. Yeah, next week, triple captain. I do think I will have a chip active next week. It's whether the case of it's a triple captain or it's the case of we maybe look at a free hit. Like, those are my two options right now. Free hit or triple captain. Would you start Mark Gui or Anderson Forest? I probably would go Anderson from Forest. Yeah, that's a fine enough bench boost. I think all 15 should probably play. So yeah, I probably would get it active. Gabriel and Semenyo to Richards and Bruno. Yeah, I like both of those moves you suggested. Yeah, those moves make sense. Like, very similar moves to myself, but there's a reason behind it. So yeah. Hi Tom, what's your thinking behind Rodon on first? You know what? I just have a feeling like Leeds win. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling that Leeds win that game. Maybe a Rodon bullet header. I don't know. That's just my thinking. JP fifth this week. Trust me, I've been backing him for the last 2 weeks. Hopefully, then, man. Hopefully can do the business for you. I'm just going to have one last toot of the nose. 1 second. I just realized saying one toot of the nose definitely sound like I was on drugs. I'm not. -4 for Walter Marder to Mateta. I think I probably would do that. Yeah. Would you take a hit to bring in Mbuemo for Semenyo? Probably not. But if you really fancy it, I understand why you want to do it. Reece James or Mukalele? I reckon Reece James maybe could be benched in this fixture. I really do. Well, I reckon he could be. We're going to do team ratings in about 10 minutes. So, of course, make sure you're getting your teams sent over to me for that one. I sounded like I was feeding my nose. Yeah, I did. I really did. Mateta captain or Haaland, what would you do? I'm sticking with Haaland captain. Like, I think just the form he's in, he's an absolute ridiculous beast, isn't he? Yeah. Is a 6 million defender a better investment than a 7 million midfielder? I think probably around that price point, there isn't really any standout midfielders, so I probably would agree with you. Yes. Do keep your questions coming in. Like I said, also keep the likes coming in as well. We're closing in on 200. So if we could hit 200 today, that would be massively appreciated. If you want to send your teams over to me on X, make sure you're following me over on there. Leave it under the tweet that is literally like team reviews here. Get it over there. Done. What's your plans with Enzo in future? I think it'll either be we free hit next week or he's one of the players that does, of course, come out of the side. Probably be for like Minter or someone like that. Who to take for Kudus? Budget 6.6. Probably Minter would be my top pick. Yeah, Haaland is just absolutely bagging goals for fun at the moment. And that is why I've still given him the armband. Everybody else gets me like green positive effective ownership. Haaland doesn't. So that is like kind of the way I'm looking at it, really. I probably need Liverpool to concede as well today, given how highly owned Van Dijk is. I need a Forest goal bad. Hi Tom, playing the free hit. Captain Salah, no Haaland. Thoughts? Risk risky, but I probably would build something very similar myself. Is being 100% template even mathematically correct, or is the optimal FPL team always brave and differential? This is the thing, right? People always talk about differentials, and I had a bit of a different approach to it last year, and it's not being differential. It's being differential with combinations, right? Because everybody says, oh, the template is this, the template is that, right? But then when you start to drill down into it a little bit more, Mateta and Haaland, very template, right? But then you start throwing in Mateta, Haaland, and maybe a Saka, and already that probably percentage has gone right down the drain. Let's say we've gone from everybody's got Haaland and Mateta, probably like 80% of the game have got that. Then you throw in Saka, that probably drops down to like 20. Then you throw in a Brian and Buemo or a Bruno Fernandes. Again, it probably drops down even further. And there's probably only maybe like 10% of people in the game that have all four of those. That is where I would probably say, rather than just looking for low owned being different players, it's differentials in combinations, right? That is the way that I would start to look at this game, is start to look at differentials in combinations. That ultimately, for me, is how I would be viewing differentials. So for me, how many people can probably say they've got Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes? Not many. How many people can say they've got Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, and Saka? Again, even probably less. So that is where I would personally be looking at it. Garnacho or Semenyo. I think if Semenyo's fit, look, he's going to play. He'll play very good minutes longer term as well. So I would rather have Semenyo. Need help with my team. Any changes? I don't like Buendia, Garnacho in there, but yeah. Should I bench boost Dubravka, Minter, Thiago, Rodon, but I have Semenyo? Probably not, with Semenyo being a bit of a doubt this weekend. I have Senesi, Richards, Van Dijk, Mukulele, Timber. Who should I start? Van Dijk, Richards, and then probably Timber. Looking forward to my double Arsenal defense. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, if you've got the double Arsenal defense, a lot of people are going the other way this week. So, hey, look, if Arsenal continue to be an unbelievable defense, you're going to be absolutely laughing, aren't you? You are great. Keep it up. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Like I said, we'll do team reviews in 5 minutes. Hardly anyone owns the whole template, so it's ironically different in itself. 100%. Like, this is the thing. Everyone goes, oh, it's a template team. It's this, it's that, it's that. Again, put them into combinations and you'll start to see, hey, actually, like, you know, that's where things start to go a little bit different. You are also very, very true. You are very rogue, Jamie, aren't you? Truffet, Van Heck, Calafiori. Which to start? Probably Calafiori and Van Heck, right? Or actually not Van Heck. Probably go Truffet ahead of him. Rice or Minter on the free hit. Probably go Minter. Who should I play? VVD, Ballard, O'Reilly, Cucurella, Lacroix. VVD, Lacroix, probably Cucurella. Yeah, it's probably the way I would go on that one. If you're enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure as well you are hitting the subscribe button. As always, we're trying to hit 25k on the channel, and my foot has just become incredibly itchy. Oh my days, that is incredibly itchy. I have no idea why. It is just like unbearably itchy. I'm gonna have to put something on that. 100%, yeah, the template is only the template for the engaged managers, but that's all people really ever see, isn't it? I think you make another great point there, Abby. Most people in like my work league and stuff like that, they don't have a clue what the template is. They don't have an idea of the template. So yeah, I do already predict the results, James, over on my second channel. If you want to go and check that out, head over to my channel. I'm sure one of the moderators will put the link to the second channel in the chat anyway. But yeah, I did the predictions for this week. So yeah, there we go. They have been done. I probably would take the gamble and go with Enzo on that one. Salah captain, I think if you've got him this week, I definitely would give him the armband ahead of Haaland. Yeah, that's the way I probably would go on that one. I probably would give him the armband ahead of Haaland. Just for me anyway. Just that would be my personal preference. Bench 2, Timber, Xhaka, Senesi, Semenyo, probably Xhaka, and if you don't think Semenyo is going to play, bench him. 4 defenders or benching Senesi for Minter or Thiago from Brentford. I wouldn't bench Thiago from Brentford. I would rather bench Minter, but I think you're probably going to be benching Senesi and playing Minter, to be honest. That is the way that I would go on that one. Like I said, guys, after I do finish up, I will be live over in the FPL Cartel Discord. Make sure you come in and join in. It is completely free for 30 days, so make sure you're getting yourself locked and loaded in there. We've got a dedicated deadline and team review section over in there, so make sure you are joining. Like I said, completely free for 30 days, so come sign up, see what it's all about. And yeah, there's some great people in there already. Some channel moderators are already in there, some members who've been flying around in the chat as well. Get yourself in here and yeah, come and chat to us. Haaland is the start of it. Haaland is the start of the robots taking over, isn't he, really? He really is. Oh, dear, dear, dear. I want Bruno and Saka for Semenyo and Sarr, maybe. Probably not this week, given the fixtures like Sarr's got, but longer term, yeah. Those moves make sense. Oh, it's absolutely freezing in my room. I can't lie to you. It's been Baltic in this room all morning. It's been very cold. I'm not captaining Saka this week. Nope. We are going with the Haaland captain. Haaland captain. What time is the team rating? It will be in 1 minute. 1 minute will be the team rating, all right? Opinion on Walter since he's playing at home, thinking of dropping and die for him this week. I'd rather start and die ahead of Walter this week for me. Yeah. Soboslai or Minter starting. I mean, playing Soboslai the right back. No. Put Minter in. Munoz for captaincy. It's enticing. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not enticing at all for me. Right. It is 9 o'clock. Let's get the final round of team reviews done. Like I said, if I don't get around to your team, or of course, you've only just joined the stream, make sure you join in the FPL Cartel Discord. We will we'll be doing team reviews in there all the way up until the deadline. Right. I need a differential captain. Who should I run? I think, yeah, Bruno and Buemo, Saka, Mateta are probably your picks. My personal favourite would probably be, given the form that he's in right now, Brian. Third best player in the league for non-penalty XGI. Mateta against Wolves, they are dreadful, but new manager maybe in away game. So yeah, I probably would be maybe leaning towards Brian. 1 free transfer. Should I use it or should I roll? I personally would probably just do the Gabriel to like Verge or Timber move rather than eat the rest of that value up in terms of him. Chewy FPL, decent looking team, mate. Very nice, decent looking team. Would you consider Chalobah over Rice? Probably would, yeah. I probably actually would. Marcus. Yeah, nice looking team. Hello, Mr. Beast. Benching headache. Should I bench Richard Senesi for Caicedo? Yeah, I think you probably got everything right there. Yeah. I think that's probably about right. What are you thinking of dropping and die and Kroopy for Potts and Thiago? Don't mind those moves. Don't mind those moves you've suggested. Transfers made, brought in Munoz for Tark. Makes sense. Makes sense. Bit different. I've seen it. I've seen this before. Who's your captain? Mateta captain. Fair play if you're going for the Mateta captain. If you've got the balls to do it, I rate it. Hi, Tom. Removing Grealish for Szoboszlai. Is Semenyo and Enzo starting? I don't personally think I would go for Szoboszlai. Like, the guy's going to play right back. He's on 4 yellow cards. He doesn't get the additional points for clean sheets like a defender would. It just seems like a big waste for me. Thoughts on this team and lineup? Yep, nice, brave captaincy, but hopefully it works out for you, my man. And the final one, I think we did this one earlier in the stream. I have 4 free transfers. Should I make any transfers? Yeah, I remember doing this one already. I said get rid of Waltmada, Reinders, Gabriel. So go to like a Verge. Waltmada down to like a Gui or a Thiago, and then Reinders up to like an Embuemo or something like that. Yeah, cool. That is the final round of team reviews. Like I said, if you want to go and get your team reviewed by me after today's stream, make sure you're heading over to the FPL Cartel Discord. That is where I'll be chatting to you guys after today's stream. We'll be chatting away in there, answering any of your guys' questions, all that good stuff. You know the drill by now. You know the drill. You do know the drill. So yeah, we'll be in there after today's stream has wrapped up and finished. Some good stuff as always going off in there. Golden as well will be in there. So yeah, we'll be in a pretty decent position. We did everybody's that was in there. So yeah, just make sure you are following me for next time. But yeah, they're all the ones. There is a small chance Jones or Gomez plays, so Szoboszlai can be 10 with Verts out, I guess, but still, I don't think you want to spend 6.6 million on a player that could end up playing right back for a full 90 minutes. Yeah, doesn't fill me with confidence. I would probably play Tarky. Just yeah. Will Gakpo start? I'm not sure he will. Will you be down to do a coin flip? The holy coin is here. We've had the holy coin. If it lands on heads, Captain Mateta. All right. There's heads. There's tails. Are you ready? It is tails. No dice. No Mateta captain, I'm afraid. No Mateta captain. All right. No Mateta captain. Right, guys. We are going to leave it there. Like I said, come and join the FPL Cartel for any more FPL-related questions. Get yourself in there. And, yeah. That's going to be a wrap from me. It's been another good stream. Thank you for everybody that came out. Thank you for everybody that called me John Lennon, Mr. Beast. Yeah, lots of new lookalikes, I guess. Like I said, we will be live in the FPL Cartel Discord, chatting away to you guys. So come and join that one. Get yourself in there. And yeah, I will be posting tonight. And then I'll see you, I guess, next week for the next deadline stream. So I'll see you in that one. All right, guys, in a bit. Best of luck this game week.